we forgot to let Grace help cook.
Oh no, Grace, you didn't get to help cook?
Oh no.
What a shame. Today we're gonna see what happens if we take the most expensive steak we can find, Japanese A5 Wagyu, and turn it into beef jerky. Guys, we love steak here on this channel. This right here is Japanese A5 Wagyu steak, commonly accepted to be the highest quality steak that you can buy in America and in most parts of the world. Now, they were selling this at Costco for a while. I don't know if they still are, but this right here was listed at $99.99 per pound. We've got a little over 2 pounds of it right here. So even though I would love to just cook these up as steaks, that's not what we're doing today. We're gonna see what happens if we take the most expensive beef I can find to buy and turn it into beef jerky. But that wasn't enough, so we're also going to try grinding some of it in a meat grinder and turning it into hamburger meat, at which point we'll make some small hamburgers, and then we'll add some taco seasoning and turn it into tacos. Here's the basic idea. We bought 2 of the most expensive steaks available to purchase, Japanese A5 Wagyu. This type of steak usually is just for tasting in small pieces. Instead of cooking it up the right way, we're gonna see what happens if we turn it into beef jerky, hamburgers, and taco meat. Now you think, well, it's fantastic meat. How could it not make good beef jerky? Beef jerky is usually made with fairly lean cuts of meat. That's because all of this fat doesn't actually dry out very well. It doesn't have water in the fat. It has oil in the fat. That doesn't come out very well in a dehydrator usually. While I do think that we're gonna end up with may taste good, the question is it going to be good beef jerky or is it gonna be something else entirely? And how good is hamburger when it's made with this type of meat? As you can see, there is a lot of what's called intramuscular fat. That's all of this stuff here that's inside the meat. There's this stuff, which is intermuscular. It's between the muscle. This is mixed in with the muscle. Because there's so much in the muscle, I'm going to trim away all of the excess stuff. So, first step is I'm going to take one of these and I'm going to cut it up, get some nice thin slices, and some of it is going to get put in my marinade that I made. This is Worcestershire sauce, soy sauce, garlic powder, onion powder, a little bit of salt and sugar thrown in there. Then we're going to try a dry seasoning on part of it, and then on part of it we're going to have nothing. It's just going to be the meat itself dehydrated, and we'll see if it's any good. So I have a scale here, I have all of the meat I'm going to be dehydrating, and currently it is at 0.412 pounds. After this is all dehydrated, we'll put it back on the scale, see how much it weighs, and we'll get an estimate for the total cost per pound of this beef jerky. All right, I have never actually used this meat grinder attachment before, so let's see how this goes. This doesn't look like ground beef, it looks like ground pork. Pork is a much lighter color meat, so light. When you buy beef at the store, it's sold based on its ratio of fat content. And most common in the US that I've seen is 80-20 or 93-7. This is probably more like 50-50. And I want to clarify, I don't actually know that this is going to work well as a hamburger meat. It might not stick together well at all. Usually a variety of different cuts are used for how well they help bind together. I imagine it'll be fine as taco meat, but the texture could be very different, or we could just have so much fat render out that we don't have much left. Now I'm going to try to make smash burgers, little smash burgers, and I like to go for about 1/8 of a pound on those. It's not very much, and they're not very big burgers. Smoosh it all together. Often if you have ground meat and it's not sticking together for burgers, you can do things like add an egg into it. It helps bind. I want to at least do a couple that are just the meat, and we'll see how well they actually hold together once we're cooking it. So I've made smash burgers like this before, and I gotta say this does seem a little bit larger than it normally is. Fat is not as dense as muscle tissue, and so I probably need more volume to get to the same weight to make this burger. We have a total of 1.1 pounds of ground A5 Wagyu ribeye steak. All right, so these are gonna get turned into some burgers. This is going to get turned into taco meat, and then we're gonna see how good everything is. That smells so good. Oh, that smells amazing. Ah! Tearing itself apart a little bit. That could be user error though. So I'm gonna do 2 with cheese and 2 without cheese. This one gets cheese to help hold it together. You put it on the griddle and you smoosh it. I got too much going at once, so Callie is a helping hand cooking.
Taco meat isn't supposed to be that good. Wow.
I'm excited for this.
Everything has been cooked up. Our beef jerky is still finishing up in the dryer. I think it's very close. To start out, I'm going to take a small piece of plain burger and cheeseburger with no toppings on it. I just want the meat and the bun. So this is an 1/8 pound burger, which means each of these burgers has $12.50 worth of meat in it.
Oh my gosh.
Except it's actually more than that, because the total cost includes all of the fat that we cut off. And so we have like the select better part of it, which means that it would be more like $100 for 75% of a pound. And then I'm cooking it so it reduces down. So by weight, this stuff is probably $200 a pound. Let's see how good of a burger it is.
Oh my gosh. I mean, say it if it's true.
Needs salt. Texture is just phenomenal. Like dissolving, disappearing in my mouth. All right, this one I'm gonna try. Not even gonna take a piece of bun. I'm just gonna grab this piece of hamburger with some melted cheese on it. Oh my word. That is an unkindness to all of their burgers.
That's awesome and all. I'm not a huge burger fan. I love tacos, and I've got 5 tacos ready to go. Who wants to try a taco? Just taco meat, cheese, lettuce. Like
This
you
bite
get
here
at Taco
with
Bell.
very little anything else on it. It's not a fancy bit.
Guac.
It's fine. It's taco meat. The texture is a bigger difference than the taste.
It tastes sweeter to me. There's so much fat though. There's so much fat happening. I'll have to try your burger then because I am loving this taco. This is the
burger.
best taco I've ever had. Oh my gosh. I'm still getting sweeter. I think what it is, it's more flavor and less salty. A lot of times meat tends to be a little too salty and it tends to overpower the actual flavor. This is just flavor and it's so good. It doesn't need the salt.
All right. Well, if anyone else wants to try pieces of
Descend.
burger and taco, please do.
What do you think, Mark?
Yeah, that's actually really good.
Grace is just chowing down on the guac.
It's delicious.
Billy, what's your favorite so far?
I've only had the burger.
Grab a taco, man. Keith, what's your favorite so far?
I haven't really tried the taco yet, but the cheese burger, just like the meat with cheese on it, Nate did it first, and I followed suit. He put that on a chip with the guac. It was really good.
Good. Which would you prefer, Wagyu steak, taco, or Taco Bell?
Wagyu steak.
There we go.
This is really good.
All right, we have our beef jerky, and I gotta say, I've never had beef jerky that looks like this. Like, this is beef fat that has like cooled down on the plate and rendered looking like crisp. Now it's melting because I'm touching it again, and this stuff melts at such a low temperature, but
I don't care, I'm still really excited to try Wagyu beef jerky.
I am as well. Now, there are places that sell Wagyu beef jerky. I haven't had that, but this is specifically like the best cut of Wagyu turned into beef jerky. So we've got normal,
Okay.
we have marinated,
Okay.
and we have spiced.
I'm gonna try normal first.
I think that's
Have
these
to
pieces
know.
over here.
It's translucent. Wait, hang on, let me hold this up
Oh
to
my
a light.
goodness,
Look
yeah.
at this.
You can see right through the
Wow.
fat streak parts. Put your hand behind it so you can see how it darkens. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
So yeah, I'm looking at this piece, which if you can see is like more fat than meat by a significant portion.
Just gonna dab. I'll try
Blot.
it. I'm gonna try and bite it first, just as is.
Blot some of the extra oil off. Needs salt. Put nothing on it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it just like oozes oil out.
Okay, I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna squish it and try and squish the fat out. The flavor is, again, so strong, almost sweet to me, personally.
Okay, I've sprinkled a little bit of salt onto this one now. Let's see how it is. It's better. This does not taste like beef jerky. It tastes like dry,
gosh.
extra concentrated steak. I like it, but if you handed it, it'd be
So
like,
good.
how do you like this beef jerky? I'd be like, it's not. It just doesn't have a beef jerky flavor.
It's not as chewy, it's not as hard to bite through, it just melts in your mouth. I suspect that its shelf life is maybe a couple of days.
Oh,
The
you definitely
fat-
keep this in a refrigerator.
Yeah, this is, the fat content in it is gonna make it go rancid. It's not something that you can just keep for a long amount of time like beef jerky, but oh my gosh, it's good. All right, I'm gonna try your,
Marinated.
oh my gosh.
Strong.
I don't care, that's so good.
That's closer to beef jerky. And for some reason, actually the texture of this one is more beef jerky-ish.
Yeah,
Or maybe I got a piece with a little bit more meat streaked in between the fat.
but it just falls apart.
So easy to chew. The richest beef jerky by a long, long
This
shot.
is just a piece of fat when you hold it up.
Oh, wow. Yep.
Just clear.
Do it.
Okay, that was like eating butter. There was nothing left in my mouth. Holy crap, that's a good flavor.
Yeah, I like the other two better. We started out with 0.412 pounds.
Gosh.
And now we're at 0.194. So
Probably
we have
lost at
about
least-
half,
Yeah.
which means that this beef jerky is approximately $200 per pound. Nice. There you go, guys. Probably the most expensive beef jerky in the world, if you can even call it beef jerky. There's so much fat that there's not really much beef in it. So whatever this stuff is, it's delicious and very, very rich. If there's other stuff you'd like to see us try similar to this, please let us know. We'd love to hear from you. Guys, that's it for today, but we've got tons of great stuff for you to see. If you hit that box right there, you can check out another one of our favorites, and we'll see you next time. Talk to you then.